Hello everyone, welcome back to Ballistic Beacon. A major military installation of the Israel Defense Forces has been struck in a missile attack that caused significant structural damage, raised serious concerns over air defense vulnerabilities, and may mark a turning point in the broader regional conflict. Sources indicate that the base, widely used for armored vehicle maintenance and logistics, is now partially inoperable. The incident is prompting immediate strategic reassessments within Israel's defense establishment. According to credible regional defense reports, satellite data revealed that up to 5 IDF bases were struck by ballistic missiles during the recent phase of hostilities with Iran. The intelligence indicates that one of these impacts hit an intelligence facility, another an air base, and a third a weapons production site. Although Israel's military has not officially confirmed the exact base name or extent of the damage, citing operational security, the evidence gathered from satellite imagery and tracking organizations indicates the facility sustained severe damage. Initial interception of incoming missiles was reportedly effective. However, the number of missiles breaching Israel's layered air defense system increased significantly over several hours. This suggests that the attackers may have used mixed payloads or decoy tactics to saturate defensive coverage. The damaged base is believed to include munitions storage depots, key maintenance hangars, and possibly command and control nodes. Recovery operations are now underway with damage control and explosive ordnance teams deployed to stabilize the site. The nature of this strike marks a strategic evolution in regional warfare. Instead of sporadic rocket fire, this was a precision, coordinated assault directed at fixed, high-value infrastructure. Multiple bases hit in synchronized succession suggest a deliberate campaign designed to disrupt Israel's logistic backbone and rear area readiness. For Israel, the destruction or temporary disabling of such a logistics hub threatens the nation's capacity to sustain rapid military operations across multiple fronts. Damage to maintenance and storage facilities could reduce sortie rates for combat aircraft, delay armored vehicle deployment, and strain the resupply of ammunition and fuel. In a full-scale conflict, these logistical choke points are as critical as frontline battlegrounds. Military analysts point to the broader implication: the gradual erosion of interception efficiency. Reports indicate that in the days leading to this strike, nearly 1 in 6 missiles penetrated the defensive shield. In practical terms, that means the adversary has learned how to exploit timing gaps, radar saturation, or even trajectory variations to bypass interception systems like Iron Dome, David Sling, or Arrow 3. If confirmed, this would represent a serious operational concern for Israel's long-term defense planning. The Israeli Defense Forces are expected to initiate immediate countermeasures. This will likely include temporary relocation of essential operations to secondary bases, the rapid deployment of mobile logistics units, and emergency fortification of remaining critical hubs. Dispersal of assets and the reinforcement of underground facilities will also be a priority. In the coming days, Israel's air defense architecture will be closely scrutinized. Experts believe the military may accelerate upgrades to interceptor technology and command network integration, ensuring faster radar queuing and more efficient missile tracking protocols. Commanders are also expected to reinforce base hardening standards, expanding use of hardened shelters, decoy structures, and redundant communication systems to mitigate future strikes. Beyond tactical recovery, the psychological and deterrence aspects of the attack cannot be ignored. The successful strike undermines perceptions of Israel's invulnerability and could embolden hostile actors across the region. Retaining deterrence credibility will require Israel to demonstrate resilience, either through swift retaliatory action or by showcasing rapid base recovery and uninterrupted operational capability. The broader geopolitical environment adds further complexity. Iran's recent escalation, marked by long-range missile use, appears calculated to test Israel's defense posture and the reaction of Western allies. This strike coincides with a growing pattern of Iranian activity, ranging from missile launches to electronic warfare signals, indicating Tehran's confidence in its expanding strategic deterrent. For Israel, this represents a multidimensional threat spanning air, cyber, and intelligence domains. Observers note that such direct strikes could push the region toward a larger confrontation. If Iran continues to demonstrate the capability to hit Israeli military infrastructure, Tel Aviv may consider broader retaliatory measures, potentially extending operations deep into Iranian territory or against proxy networks in Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq. Each escalation increases the likelihood of drawing in additional regional and international players, from the United States to Gulf states aligning under shared air defense networks. The attack's implications extend to regional security cooperation as well. Neighboring countries, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt, are reportedly on heightened alert, monitoring missile trajectories and potential spillover effects. Western intelligence services are assisting with damage assessment, and NATO-linked analysts are studying radar data to evaluate missile flight paths and interception success rates. Although the strike was aimed primarily at military infrastructure, nearby civilian zones were reportedly affected by shockwaves and secondary fires. Emergency services have evacuated several residential areas within the outer perimeter. Environmental units are also assessing the risk of hazardous material exposure due to damaged fuel depots and unexploded ordnance. These actions highlight the complex overlap between military and civilian risk in densely populated operational environments. Operationally, the IDF priority will now be to restore command integrity and ensure no further degradation of its readiness cycle. Satellite communication and drone surveillance will play a vital role in identifying potential follow-up threats. Israel may also deploy electronic countermeasures and expanded radar coverage to detect additional launches earlier in their flight path. Defense analysts are calling this incident a strategic stress test for Israel's air defense infrastructure. The apparent breach of multiple layers, from early warning radar to terminal phase interception, demonstrates the evolving sophistication of modern missile warfare. For decades, Israel's defensive strategy has relied on technological superiority. Now it must also address the challenge of endurance and saturation under continuous bombardment. In terms of long-term defense policy, this incident may accelerate Israel's investment in directed energy systems such as laser interceptors, which could provide a lower-cost solution against massed missile attacks. Additionally, closer collaboration with allied intelligence and air defense partners is expected to expand under regional security frameworks. On the diplomatic front, the Israeli government is likely to seek international condemnation of the missile strike, portraying it as an unprovoked act of aggression threatening regional stability. However, the effectiveness of such diplomatic efforts may depend on the evolving military response and evidence of proportionality in Israel's retaliation. Meanwhile, Iran is expected to use this moment to project strength domestically and regionally, framing the attack as a justified response to Israeli operations in Syria or covert actions elsewhere. This information war will run parallel to the physical conflict, shaping global perceptions and influencing future negotiations or ceasefire efforts. In conclusion, the missile strike on an Israeli military base represents not only a direct military blow, but a symbolic breach of the nation's defensive prestige. It underscores the vulnerabilities inherent in modern warfare, where even advanced defense systems can be overwhelmed through precision and volume. The coming weeks will reveal whether Israel can effectively adapt, strengthening its infrastructure, restoring deterrence, and preventing the conflict from spiraling into a wider regional war. This is Ballistic Beacon, bringing you verified defense intelligence and operational analysis. Stay tuned for further updates as this situation continues to evolve.